McDonald's hand warming.
It's fun to do.
It's a good time, but a great taste.
Doesn't mean a lot if you don't get it hooked.
On McDonald's.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. We got the triplets back at it again. My name is Daniel, and to my left over here we got this stunning young gentleman,
James.
and to my right we got this polar bear of a man,
Jason.
Jason. That's his rap artist name right there. So before we get into all this juicy stuff that we have to talk about, let's how was your weekend?
How was
the weekend?
Weekend and New Year have started off good. Still getting a lot of new people into the shop. Snowbird still. Thank you, Snowbirds, again. January is always good for us, so we start off good.
Tax season?
Tax season will be toward the end of the month, I think, and then that's where we're having the Epic Toy Show on when, James?
February 22nd.
Nice, absolutely. Did you do anything for New Year's?
New Year's, no.
No?
I made it till midnight.
You stayed up?
Yeah.
What about you?
I went to sleep.
Nothing wrong with that, you know?
No, I went to
into the new
sleep.
year?
Woke up around like 11.
Oh, okay, so you
11
were
p.m.
up for the celebration.
I
You did
was.
a little celebrating.
Yeah, it was pretty loud. Lot of
Fireworks.
and some gunshots.
Nice. Can't forget those. Anything else?
So you took a nap prior. That's fine. So you made it. Yeah.
Seriously.
Little warm up nap. Yeah. You wake up ready to go.
What'd you do?
We put the projector on the wall.
Mhm.
We did like the countdown on the wall. We roasted hot dogs. We roasted marshmallows. Just made s'mores.
I didn't even get an invite.
I mean, would you have even came? Would he have even came? That's the
Probably not.
question. Probably not. So,
But I like to be able to say no.
Oh,
So-
okay, but I'd like to not get that.
No.
No.
so
You were roasting glizzies.
is that what the kids call it?
That's what they call them.
That's what they call it.
All right, absolutely, yeah. Mine were bratwurst.
Oh,
How'd you say it?
Bratwurst.
Is it
that
brat?
right?
I don't know.
Isn't that right? Bratwurst.
Bratwurst?
I thought it was bratwurst, but I don't know.
Is it worse?
I don't know.
I think it's worst.
Edgar, check that for us, please.
Fact check that, Edgar.
Bratwurst.
But let's check out some pickups I got actually today.
All right, calm down.
No,
Okay.
I want to jump into this.
Okay.
I'm excited. You asked for the weekend. This is the weekend. This is what's going on. Migo, Leonard Nimoy, Spock figure from the 70s. And what do we have it? Where are we going to put it in the shop, James?
Because the Epic Toy Show is coming up February 22nd. No, I'm just kidding.
Wait,
That's
I'm like,
real.
wait,
That's
going to the
that's
shop?
real. That the show's coming up. But that was my plug. But we here at Polar Bears Pop Culture Shop, we love movies. So one of those movies. We're not always correct on the information from movies. We're probably about right now. We're in the negative for facts.
It takes place during Christmas.
No, a New Year's party. Yeah, I think it's snowing. You can
Christmas tree in the living room. And then when they
child's play.
go, you know what that is during Christmas because that means
He's getting the doll for Christmas.
there's like Deadly Night, Silent Night.
So thanks to Edgar, we are always fact checked on all of our information. So I know I got a lot of stuff wrong based off of my last show, and I watched it. Hilarious. But for this reasoning right here, if you ever seen the movie Fanboys, Fanboys is a classic for us here at Polar Bears. Have you ever seen it?
Who are you asking me?
Yes.
Yeah, I've seen
Yeah, you've seen
Fanboys, but I'm just curious, what does that have to do with Spock?
So if you know anything about the movie Star Trek and Star Wars,
Well, yeah, I'm a both fan.
now
I like them both. I don't pick one or the other.
we don't hate on any kind of toy line or anything like that, but just from the movie alone, you know that in the movie there's no Star Trek hawking in
Yeah, you're not allowed to badmouth Star Trek because everybody's like nuts over it, right?
No, the
Or is it-
opposite.
No, it's
Star
not.
Wars.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, it's Star Wars where that fan base is they're driving for Star Wars and then they go to war with the Star Trekkies.
He's the one who destroyed Khan!
You call Han Solo a bitch, man!
Han Solo is a bitch. No one calls Han Solo a bitch!
Yeah, and Trekkies is derogatory, so Trekker is the
Trekker,
term
yeah.
that they use in the movie.
Suss out Trekkers.
So you can pick this up here, this bad boy here.
Yeah.
Where at? Where is it at?
His pants are dropping. Polar Bears Pop Culture Shop.
What about the address? You want to plug that address?
2240 North Scottsdale Road, Tempe, AZ 85288.
And what does that sweet spot go for?
He's probably gonna go for like $30 because he's an OG one.
OG, what year do you know?
This is either the 74 or the 79. I didn't look that close because they made two different. Like Migo was making different ones, pumping them out. Same figure, I think. Just
And he comes with a gun, or not a gun,
Phaser.
Phaser. Sorry.
to suss out Trekkie people. Picked up some of these cool things. These are like designer. I wouldn't even call them toys. They're kind of like art.
Designer vinyl.
This one's not even vinyl though. This is like,
Looks like glass.
It's hard.
Like
yeah,
resin.
acrylic. I believe resin. Yeah. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up, but it has Skeletor's face inside of He-Man's head, so it's pretty.
It's not a regular skull. It's Skeletor's skull.
Hey, I don't know. Maybe a shrunken head skull. But we try to have different things in the shop. Our friend Theron, Spicer Dreams, check him out.
Wait, is that the guy that made this
He
one?
didn't make that one. He knows a lot of people that make designer stuff. So
Oh,
same
okay.
thing. I don't have the names. I should have got the names, but this is like a alien type Geiger looking piece. This one's more rubbery.
Yeah, so this one is like glass blown, right? Because these aren't like made on.
They're resin molds, I believe. Yeah.
It's not glass blown because that would have mean somebody would have had to have literally blown it and molded. This was just put in a cast.
They might have casted the skull and then put the skull in the mold and then casted the He-Man like around it. This one though, Theron did make this one.
Are any of these 3D printed? None of
No.
them.
No.
No, they're all okay.
That's a
No,
whole
they're all
different world.
yeah. That's a whole different thing. These are designer toys, so they actually make them like this. You can tell it was like poured like in a mold.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
it came out. But look at the details, pretty good for coming out in a mold like that. Theron makes these. He does Star Wars stuff too. He does our show, Epic Toy Show. When, James?
February 22nd, 2025. Theron's name is
Theron.
Oh,
Spicer Dreams. Spice Dreams or Spike?
If you're a
I'm
nerd-
messing it up, yeah.
If you're a nerd, he goes by Spicer Dreams.
Okay.
Word of the day.
Magnetic arms come off, but it's like based. It's a original figure he used, so it'd be a '90s gargoyle Goliath that he used to do it. But I don't know. I just want to show off some cool stuff that we
What about
picked
creepy
up.
stuff?
Creepy stuff. You read my mind. Picked this up from Theron as well. Nightmare Fuel. Ronald McDonald from the 70s, 1979, I believe.
Yeah, if I was a kid, I'd be terrified of this little thing if he was like just sitting on the nightstand looking at me.
I was terrified of Ronald McDonald like in the 80s because they would have him at the restaurants. The people, you know, there'd be a guy there, especially for birthday parties. Not cool.
McDonald's hand-warming.
It's fun to do.
It's a good time for the great taste.
Did you hate
That-
going to McDonald's?
It was fun going there when you were little, but
When that guy came out, you were like, nope, I'm ready to go.
depends. Some of them were pretty creepy. Yeah.
That doll's definitely possessed.
Yeah, it might
Looks
be.
like it,
We'll
yeah.
find out. We'll find out if it moves on camera. We'll give you guys updates. Anyway, I was yapping enough. You guys have a good weekend. I don't even know if we asked you guys.
Yeah, I had a great weekend. If I remember correctly, which I don't,
No, you got all energized. You got all spazzed.
I don't remember what I did over the weekend, but it was good. I know it was good. That's what I do.
You're still
remember.
alive and breathing, right?
Still alive and breathing. Yep. Plenty of good movies to look forward to. Plenty of good stuff coming up. For example, what do we have coming up?
Epic Toy Show 2025, February 22nd.
Word of the day. But yeah, what about you? What about your weekend?
My weekend was busy. It was fun. What we did over the weekend, we had the East Valley Record Show hosted by Uncle Aldo's Attic, which is like a record show. Shout out to Desi Record Shop. And Desi does the East Valley Record Show. So we went and set up there. Did pretty good. I would say we sold a lot of stuff that we wanted to move. Sold some cool things. Made a lot of connections for people to come to the shop. And then Phoenix Funkettles did the Slickback Saturdays event, which we do in downtown Phoenix, which is a new thing for us. And the difference in this setup was we had two different setups of DJs where we had one setup outside and it was all funk dance music. So everyone's dancing, having a good time. Down in the basement was the soul setup and everyone was just chilling, having a good time down there. We reached max capacity at the bottom. Everyone was up top having a good time, and it was very successful. Really good time. Shout out to Imperial Soul and La Lucy's for coming through and being our guests. And that was all in one day. That was all Saturday.
That's awesome. It's kind of like Coachella where you have like multiple stages moving up.
Kind of.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Dude, were you there?
No, but guess where James was at? Can you guess if you had
guess
to?
where
Yeah,
he
if you
was?
had to pick like outside or basement, where was James at?
I would say he was outside.
Well, you said
James,
downstairs
he's
was like
cold.
the soul music.
Yeah, but he was
Okay.
also inside. James gets cold easy. So
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd
how am
say-
I supposed to know he gets cold easy?
Initiative.
He's like a cutty little teddy bear who gets cold.
I took initiative and I was like, I want to be down in the basement
So you
because
were.
it was super warm down there. I felt really good, and it was cold that Saturday night, so I didn't want to be outside in the cold like that. But it was fun. That was Saturday. Sunday came into the shop. Me and Jason, regular business as usual. I got a little bit tired in the day, so you can tell that it was winding down on me. But that was my weekend, and New Year was good too. So as far as us, we just watched movies, got some food, hung out at the
You
crib.
can't mention that and not say what movie you watched. What'd you watch?
For New Year's, the one I fell asleep to was it was a new movie. I'm not even gonna go into it because I don't know enough about it to even remember what it was.
Fair enough.
Not memorable though. So I remember. I remember.
not memorable
Hold
till
on.
now.
It was Fang.
Fang?
It was Fang, the spider movie. Remember?
No,
Oh, you're talking about it's not Fang. It's
I thought it was
Sting.
Fang.
It's Sting.
Okay, Sting.
Yeah.
See,
Because
Told you I wasn't
it's
gonna
not
remember.
strange. It's Sting.
I just knew
Yeah.
it was one word, but Sting was the movie.
I like that movie because I saw it in the movie theater, and it takes time to get to like the action.
Hmm
But once you get to the spider, it's
no, I'd be out on that spider. I don't like
Oh, no,
spiders.
There's
dude.
a scene like I don't know if you've seen it, but there's a scene where he just goes like 0 to 100,
I saw enough
and
of
you're
the
just like
preview where I'm
not the
watching.
baby. You're like not is that a baby? Then you're like, oh wow, that's a baby.
Yeah.
I don't like little spiders, especially like hairy spiders, man. Like, no, that is one I'm not gonna watch. Really, dude, I will not watch it.
No, I thought it was good. It was enjoyable, especially when that spider went full throttle and he was just like attack mode. Yeah.
That was it though.
Did you watch a movie?
Yeah, I did.
What?
Mine was different. I went a different route.
Where'd you go?
Edgar will be proud of me.
Edgar.
Challengers
Oh, with Zendaya.
Yeah.
Okay.
for a tennis movie was good.
Was that movie about tennis? I felt like it was a little more about, the everything behind the scenes and the relationship and the.
It is, but I mean,
Wow.
tennis is kind of like what they
Yeah.
build it around. So I was like, oh, tennis movie. I was like, but it was good.
No, it's funny because now that I think about it, I watched Critters. The
That's a
first
good
one.
one.
The
Yeah.
first one, yeah. 'Cause
Excellent.
I love the second one more, but I was showing everybody it. So then I was like, we got to start with the first one to get to the second one. So rewatching the first one after not seeing it for a while, I was just like, oh,
I like the latest Critters.
that straight to DVD one. Get out of here! Did you really watch that?
I try to watch.
He saw it 3 times. Like, hey, why you saw Nosferatu twice?
See, I don't go to the movies. I just watch crappy movies at home 3 times.
But we'll just jump off the movies. You said something about you wanted to play a game. Are we gonna do the game right now, or you want to talk about toy news?
Let's do toy news first, and then
Toy
we'll jump
news,
into the
alright.
game. Why not? Yeah.
Right.
Why not?
Why not? What is it gonna be right now?
Just talking about some of the stuff I've seen that is coming out. Because remember we talked about Hasbro possibly losing the license for the 6-inch Marvel stuff, so they haven't really been putting anything out. But they did just put out like that new Nemesis wave, the X-Men wave, which I don't really care about those figures, but
What I was gonna say real quick is we're gonna try to bring you guys like upcoming toy news. We're gonna give it a shot and see how it works. We're gonna do like what's up for pre-order, what we know is like coming in the next couple of months, what you we're potentially looking forward to, and maybe you guys have the same, and we could just talk about it in the comments because there's always toy news stuff being talked about, not coming, to fruition, things that you look forward to, and then it just falls off the face of the earth. So what do you got right now?
well, there's a lot though, like you said, that I don't even know like about it till it's out sometimes. So
Yeah.
like it's hard to keep track of everything. So we'll try our best to do that.
To be honest with you, I forget a lot of these names of these third-party companies, so I need to make a list. I need to spend some time and write these lists down so I can talk about these stuff, because I know a lot about the figures themselves and what goes into them, but I'm horrible at the names when it comes to that.
I am too, especially when they don't use if it's a third party and they don't use like the name, so
Well,
you're
then-
not going to remember what.
Sometimes they change the name. You know what I mean? For legal reasons, it was this. 2 months later, it's a completely different name, and you can't find it until you follow the trails, like the little, and then you find it. And you're like, oh wait, this is the same figure. Yeah. But what do you got right now?
Well, a lot of mine's like mainstream stuff though, unfortunately. So like G.I. Joe Classified, they showed more of that than they did of anything that I saw for like Hasbro.
Where'd you see that? Was it on Hasbro?
It's on different like toy news things. Like I try to keep up on that stuff. Reddit, I think you can even get on there and like read about like a lot of that stuff. But
does Reddit do that?
They do everything now.
I've never been on Reddit.
I'll look up articles and then you always get redirected to Reddit, and it'll be like they're pretty informative on some stuff.
Without going into it, I thought Reddit was just like information people are talking to each other about.
Yeah, and it's that's how you get information though. Yeah, it is kind of like that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to say all of it's true because I don't know the site. Yeah. I'm just saying you can find toy news on Reddit, and most of these, yeah.
I've been redirected to it, but I don't use it.
Yeah, okay.
But most of these toy guys, that's what it is. They're talking to somebody that knows something, and then word gets out. So I think that's how you do it with the Reddit. But the G.I. Joe Classified, they're doing like the retro card stuff.
So can you look at pictures of them? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Yeah. Was that like on Reddit or is that on like Hasbro?
No, just different ones. Hasbro probably has, because they're the one that did the reveal. So I imagine it's Hasbro. The big one, Flint. Everyone wants that new Flint, and he does look a lot better than that first one they came out with. So Flint is looking pretty good, like for the retro. But they're doing a lot of retro card stuff, which it's kind of figures that they've already done. Not necessarily repaints, because they actually do some like new sculpting on a lot of them now. I used to think it was just repaints, but when I started looking at it, it's actually some resculpting and stuff.
And this is stuff you're looking forward to, or this is just stuff that you know about?
Stuff I know that's like coming out. Like that's more mainstream stuff. Yeah, there's more mainstream. Another thing I did see, and I don't know if it's going to be out this year or not, because they just announced it and they kind of showed some pictures about it, and it looks pretty cool. It's a Motu and Transformers like crossover.
Oh, like
so how they're doing
one?
They look pretty cool. The concept art is pretty cool. They have like He-Man is like Optimus, of course. Skeletor's Megatron, and then they have like all these other ones that are characters. I'm like, it actually looks kind of cool.
It's just concept art, though.
It's the art, yeah, because they're talking about doing it, so it's technically not like they don't even have any like molds or anything for it yet.
Where can you find that at? Because I want to look at this.
Yeah, that one just online. Just type it in because it'll probably take you to Reddit.
Have you seen this?
That's news to me.
I just found out about it today, and I was like, oh, that's cool. For like not third party, but like smaller companies, Rush Collectibles is one that it kind of popped up on my radar too while I was doing stuff. Okay. They're similar to Zombie Sailor Toys as far as like the scale and stuff they do, but they just put out this Frankenstein figure, which I'll probably have it next week. That might be our unboxing.
Oh, okay.
How'd you come across this?
Just from looking, like I was just kind of doing research for Toy News, seeing what's coming out and stuff, and a lot of the ones I watch kind of deal with Zombie Sailor Toys and some of these other companies, so they all know each other.
So no, I just think it's funny. Like, look at you getting on there doing a little research stuff, just coming at you left and right.
Gotta put in the work.
He's doing that for you guys.
I'm doing it for me too, so I know what's coming out. But yeah, well, that's the thing. I want to get people into stuff other than the mainstream. That's cool and all, but let's branch out. You know, there's other cool collectibles out there.
Oh, I know. I love some of that third-party stuff. I will have a list next time, guys.
But the reason I came across Rush Collectibles was on another channel. They were talking about it, and they're doing Return of the Living Dead like figures.
Real quick, did you see the teaser trailer for that movie that they're coming out with?
Yeah.
That was lame. I'm sorry. I didn't understand. I waited for it, and you just for him to drag that Christmas tree. I was like, I was like, give me a face, show me something, like
Christmas tree with the longest extension cord ever.
I know. What was that plugged into? Where was he taking that? Did you see it?
No, I haven't.
They're bringing it back. It's like it's supposed to be like a direct sequel, Return of the Living Dead Part 3. So I'm curious.
It's supposed to be because it is. I always forget the second one.
Yeah. Brains, fresh brains.
I like that one.
I do like that one. That one is just like over the top.
I think that was the first one I ever seen
with the girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Direct sequel, as long as they're not calling it a remake, I'm fine with it. We'll see what they do.
No, from what I read on the website, it's not a remake. It's like a direct continuation.
But they have a big marketing thing going on too. I think they teamed up with them and like another like smaller company. Like they're teaming up to like come out with these figures. I think so. But from the original movie, because I'm sure they're not putting anything out yet until that movie comes out.
Did you talk to him?
I talked to him through Instagram. I reached out and he got back to me right away. So I am ordering the Frankenstein figures. Already paid them, so they should be coming next week, hopefully.
What size were those you said?
They're like they're about like 4 inches.
Oh, like the little
they're gonna be
okay.
retro style.
They're not really articulated. It's like those ones.
They have like the 5 points or whatever.
Okay.
But the sculpt is kind of what I like, and it's just something different that they're doing. The card art looked pretty good on it. I don't know. Like I said, I'm trying to do some different stuff here and reach out to these guys.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Yeah, I can't wait to see this myself. I'm interested to see what it looks like.
It shouldn't always be about the Hasbro and the Mattel, even though they put out some decent stuff, but it's kind of like,
Well, when you think
other
about
stuff
it,
out there.
when you think about it, besides Hasbro and Mattel, who else really is there major company-wise like that?
Those are
they're like an umbrella over like so many things, right?
That's why it's those big two, and then you'll have like probably McFarlane like on the next level with
Hasbro, Mattel,
Jazzwares, and then will probably be on the next like level.
Why am I drawing a blank? Who does Marvel Legends?
Hasbro.
That is Hasbro. Yeah. Okay.
Those are the two main, like Hasbro, Mattel, and then you can throw NECA like on the second tier probably. They're growing, but those are the main ones that have like.
And then Super 7, they're completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what tier would you put them?
Second tier.
Nah, third tier.
They have a lot of rights for stuff. No, they have a lot of rights for stuff. Like Super 7 does all the hip hop stuff. They do movie stuff. They do the reaction, which I'm not a fan of, but I would say they're still up there. Like they're starting to carry those in like stores now too, like major chains instead of
like Zia's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I think about it, I don't really see a lot of Super 7 stuff. Like they do have some stuff. Like I like some of the stuff that they do make, but I mean, when you think about like when you go to any store, it's like Mattel, Hasbro, all that kind of stuff.
You'll see Super 7 making an end, but they don't want, like, the stores don't want to have their big box stuff in there, which I get that. It's all about room and, like, how they display on the shelf. Are they more online? No, they're more in, like, specialty shops. So I would call, like, a comic book shop, like what we do is a specialty shop. We're not a big box store. Okay. But they're good. There's other ones out there I'm probably forgetting, like Jazzwares, like I said, I think I mentioned them, but they're coming up now. They're starting to get more licenses for stuff.
Earlier, you were talking about Hot Toys. Well, we were talking about Hot Toys, and then what were you saying about that?
No, Hot Toys is kind of a niche thing. Yeah, they distribute a lot of other people's stuff, but their stuff is kind of a niche market, higher end market.
Would you feel like they're slowing down, picking up?
This is just my opinion on it from being at the store, because I always say, well, it doesn't sell well in here. It's one of those ones that's not selling well in here right now. Like the 1/6 scale, like higher end stuff is not.
You think it's like a room issue, or you think it's like a price issue?
Price, I think.
Okay.
I think price, and then say if they come out with the figure, and then a couple of years later, or maybe a little longer, they'll come out with like a 2.0 version.
Which has like better leather, or they'll say it's like better articulated, stronger ankles.
Yeah, better, but whatever the issue was with the last one, they fixed it on the new one. Somebody else I talked to that deals mainly in that, he said, yeah, he's having trouble moving it, and that's mainly what he deals in. So I don't know, it's just maybe a local thing, I'm not sure. Like, that's just my experience. I don't know if they're slowing down. I mean, I don't know what their business model is, because they're specialty shops too.
Those things look amazing, but I get it when it comes to like the price and trying to find room for them. Because I think sometimes when you spread them out, they take up a big chunk of area.
Well, they're definitely tall, and if they have a base or something. But they started off in retail though, way back like early 2000s. They were doing like the Universal stuff, like the 7-inch stuff.
The monsters, right?
Yeah, and then I don't know why they decided to go to like the higher end stuff.
Do you think it's probably because they can add more detail?
Yeah, but then it takes, maybe they didn't want to do the box store stuff anymore, because sometimes getting into retail is not always the best, because then they constantly want product, which I think that's what happened with Funko, which we can talk about that another time though. But
what, Funko's the greatest company ever?
They just had,
say one bad thing about Funko.
Oversaturated.
One bad thing about Funko. They're like baseball cards.
Oh, there's too many of them.
Just no, like the value. There's no value.
90s baseball. Yeah. 90s baseball cards. Yeah, I agree with that. But we can do a whole nother show on the Funko.
That's my personal opinion, by the way. Yeah,
but they're cute.
I have some in my collection, so I can't really knock it too bad. Yeah.
He had to think. He was like, wait a second.
No, because I can't knock it, because I do have some. I was picking them up early on, but I wasn't like where I had to have all of them.
No, I know. It's like I feel like Funkos are unique. They're just everywhere. Everywhere you go. And I'm not knocking them. I mean, I have a bunch of them too. Do you have any Funkos?
I only have like a handful.
But still, we got them.
We have them, yeah. And they're mostly gifts, honestly. Like, I didn't really go out and like buy anything specific. They're
But
like
you still keep
I
them.
have them. Oh yeah, because a gift is a gift.
No, absolutely, that's awesome.
Or unless you regift it, is it still a gift?
Unless
Wait, have you regifted anything recently?
No, I've gotten stuff regifted though. I know, but
He recycled this gift. He's a regifter.
Well, with that down, since you don't want to talk about it, do you want to start the game? Do you want to do the game?
yeah, let's play a game.
Yeah, heck yeah. Let's play a game.
I want to play a game.
All right, let's play a game. I'm gonna explain to you guys what we're doing. I told all you guys earlier to start thinking about your not favorite toy lines, but maybe like the ones you remember the most. And what we're gonna do is kind of do a draft, build your team. We're gonna each have 5 picks, but it's gonna rotate.
So kind of like fantasy football.
Kind of like fantasy football, but it's with toys. So again, if you pick like a toy line, if there's multiple lines like in that like toy thing, you have to pick like if the vintage. Say I want vintage like He-Man, not new He-Man. Like that way we can write it down, because some lines have like multiple years that they cut off and stuff. So what we'll do is we'll go, whoever picks last gets to go first in the next round. So we'll do like 5 rounds, and it'll kind of just snake back. So you can't say one that somebody else already picked too. So you have to keep it like.
How do you win this game?
People will vote on it on the next video. We'll have them vote.
Oh,
Yeah, something fun. So do you understand the rules of the game?
I believe so.
Okay. I don't want to have to pull a saw.
I believe I'm just picking my team and then vote, depending on who votes the most, is the winner of that round, right?
Okay. Well, to be fair, we're gonna have to figure out who gets to go first. So Edgar.
Scissors?
Nope. Edgar.
Oh, Edgar. Oh, yeah. Think of a number. Edgar, think of a number.
Think of number 1.
20.
Yeah, 1 through 20.
Okay.
13.
So James goes first.
Oh, okay.
Just
think
pick
of
another number.
Yeah, think of another number. 8.
13.
What is that, sign language?
7.
I almost said 7.
Okay, so James will go
So
first,
this way,
second,
and
yeah,
you'll go,
and then I'll go
just
first.
back.
Yep.
Let's do like a little snake.
Round 1. Fight.
You're the head this time, Guff.
I'm gonna go. You guys already know from previous shows. I'm gonna go with the GI Joe 3.75 inch. And the reason behind that is the articulation, the way that they were really creative with those toys when they came out. So all the accessories too.
All right, vintage G.I. Joe's is off the board.
You can't say just vintage GI Joes. It has to be ARAH.
You're right, because I don't want.
Because Edgar's gonna pop up a video of the 70s Joes.
And here is G.I. Joe with Kung Fu Grip. G.I. Joe has hands that grip.
You are right. I forget. I'm used to the '80s calling them vintage, but you're right. We don't need no doll Joes up in there.
I'm gonna go with Skeleton Warriors.
So we're pretty much picking, I think, what our favorite like toy lines were originally. But that's fine. That's number 1, Skeleton Warriors. So that's off the board. Any reason why? I think we talked about it before.
Honestly, I just whenever I'm like put on the spot and I'm thinking about like a toy line, I just love that stupid toy line. I just love the way they looked and monsters and just all of that. Cool. What is yours?
I'm going vintage Motu.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much our favorites from like the first video we talked about. What's your favorite? So now it's going to get a little harder, I think. So.
Make crack, Skeletor! Spoiled again! Yeah!
What's in the category of vintage Motu?
80s, the original run, 83 through or 82 through 87. And I get to pick again in the second round. I get to go first in the second round. And I am cheating a little bit.
Fight.
So do I have to? So for you, for instance, do you have to stick to Mattel since you showed?
Okay.
No, any toy line, pretty much.
All right.
This one, I'm going to go, because it kind of blew my mind when it came out. Toy Biz, but 6-inch Toy Biz when they first came out, because they kind of changed the game with the 6-inch figures.
Okay, that's a good one.
They were detailed too.
Yeah, they were. They blew my mind when they came out, and then Hasbro just made it better. But Toy Biz 6-inch, so that was the Spider-Man wave, the X-Men wave.
So if we're going with blow your mind stuff, I'm gonna go with Mighty Max.
Mighty Max, Mighty Max. There's things on danger waiting for you. Mighty Max, vicious creatures, scary and new.
Mighty Max blew my mind. Just all the little detail when you opened up those little cases and multiple little figures. I just loved it. Blew my mind. It did. It was so much fun.
I appreciate them more now. I didn't really care for them when they came out. But.
I'll go with
Blow your mind.
McFarlane Toys,
Oh,
the
okay.
Spawn.
Ah, nice. That's a good one.
We're making Spawn America's #1 comic. I started this company to make the toys that you kids want.
Spawn, Violator, here, now.
Round
Listen,
3.
I think you get to go
Fight.
first now in the third round.
Me?
Yeah, because we've already went.
Let me see for a second. I'm gonna go more recent. Like what's really sticking because he said articulation. I'm thinking of like SH figure arts. Just I love the articulation on those figures. It's just to me, it's like amazing.
That was one of the ones I was thinking about.
Not anymore. Who goes next?
I'm gonna go with Transformers Generation 1, Hasbro,
okay.
Takara.
Meet Ultra Magnus. As car carrier, he can transport 4 Autobots into battle. But once there, he transforms into my powerful Autobot commander.
Okay. Real quick, so if he goes with Generation 1, does that mean we can go with like a later
If you want to
generation?
go with the crappy ones, you can, yeah.
Like if you want to go with Beast Wars,
Yeah.
you can take that.
No, I like the movie ones. The first movie runs. I like the way those ones transform.
Man, like I said, you can take the crap ones.
You didn't like
after.
those ones? Like the Bumblebee and like the those first movies came out like
The Bayverse?
Yeah.
No.
I like those ones. I don't know why. I thought they were really articulated and really like
Okay.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I will take your word for that.
I mean
I'm not a Transformer dude, so I'll take your word for it.
No, I loved them. I thought they were great.
Well, the end of the third round. Surprised nobody picked this one yet. I thought for sure it'd be gone, and I'm kind of surprised
Turtles?
I didn't pick. Yeah, I'm going.
Yeah, I was gonna do that one.
TMNT.
That was a tough one. Not
80s.
picking that one early.
Round 4. Fight.
Round 4.
I would say Exo Squad. I really like that toy line. I had a lot of fun with those. They always fought the Skeleton Warriors for me.
That's a squad. A good one.
Can I say Legos?
You can.
Yeah, that's a definite. I'd say. Oh, I got one.
Well, you're not.
Does
It's
that
not your
count?
turn yet.
No, I know. I was just thinking
It's my
ahead.
turn. So what do we got? I'm just checking the board. So we got on my team Vintage Motu, Toy Biz 6-inch, TMNT 80s. Daniel has Skeleton Warriors, Mighty Max, SH Figure Arts, Exo Squad. James has ARAH, G.I. Joes, McFarlane Spawn /Spawn, G1 Transformers, and Legos. So I'm up next. Oh, I didn't pick this one too. Kenner Star Wars.
Darth Vader's firing a laser cannon. It's been hit. He's at the loop. Take the elevator. Hurry. Now cross the light bridge. You won't escape me.
All right, last pick. So we'll just. Did it jump to James, or who did we do last time?
You did me twice at the beginning, so we
it's
can do
his turn.
James again. Yeah.
But he only gets one pick because it's the last pick. So it's everybody's last pick. So make it a good one.
Final round.
I'm gonna think on this one. Let me ponder this one.
Let you
Just real
marinate
quick.
on it.
While you're marinating, can I ask a question? Yeah. If he picked Legos, is your Legos abroad all Legos, or can I pick something in like a specific?
What do you
Lego?
think? You think should I pick one specific line?
Legos is a little different because Lego is Lego. People know it as Lego. They don't really do.
Well, because I have a specific line that I was like obsessed with when
I was gonna say
Legos.
I'd be more specific, and I would say when they came out with the themed lines. So
Yeah.
you know, like the Star Wars
Licensed, okay.
Yeah, licensed. There you go.
Is that too broad too, though?
No, because if he's talking license, I don't.
You can still pick Playmobil or whatever. Not
No,
Playmobil. What's it called?
Well,
Duplex. You can. Is it Duplex? What's it
I
called?
think it's Duplo.
Duplo.
Yeah, Duplo.
You can still pick your Duplo if you want.
No, that wasn't the one I was going to
Okay.
pick.
But if that's what you want to pick, if that's what you want to pick, you are free to. But it's James's turn.
No, I know.
Don't jump in yet.
I'm not.
Let's see. I am still contemplating. I will go with. How about since everyone kind of did like a new one as well, I'll say the NECA Godzilla.
Okay.
Somebody
Not
had
bad.
to put NECA in there.
It was on one of mine.
I was going to say
possibly put.
Godzilla, like, but then I was like,
Which one?
which one? Like, what's the original Godzilla line? Like,
Toho.
Toho, but Bandai too.
Bandai and Toho. So am I next or you?
You can go ahead and go. Yeah.
Well,
we'll just make-
on the
we'll just
Legos,
make it
I was
back.
going to say, well, I don't know, though, because I was going to do the Knights and the Kings.
That's
remember
not
when-
licensed.
Yeah, that's Lego Creations.
No, because it was in the 80s and the 90s.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's
It was
late.
Lego
That's
Creation.
that's what it was called. Like that
when
was,
it had like the dragon
Yep.
and all that stuff like
Final
that.
answer?
I mean, you already wrote it. yeah. Final answer. Thanks for solidifying that for me.
Why not? That's what I'm here for. Because I'm not going with that. I'm actually going.
I'm gonna go with the witty number, anyways.
I'm going 90s. I'm
90s.
going WWF Hasbro.
Oh, okay. Before they had to change it.
So again, when this video shows, like and comment on it, of course, and comment like who you want, whose team you like, not what toy line. Pick the team that you're going for. So Jason is my team, so vote for me. Daniel have his team. James has his team.
And there's a sense of which ones that they like out of the three of us,
Yeah,
right?
the team.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
voting
your
on the
strongest team. Maybe like your all stars.
Yeah, okay.
And you can comment what toy line you did like, but
Oh, okay. Because, I mean, if I was looking at this, and if all these toys came to life and they fought,
Oh, we would win. G.I. Joe would definitely.
you think G.I. Joe would win?
And Transformers
G.I. Joe has hands that grip.
together?
No, I wouldn't say that. G.I. Joe's would get taken out, like,
Nah,
maybe the
'cause-
first. I mean, look, he's got wrestlers, you know what I mean? I
They
don't
don't
know.
have guns,
I
though.
got mech suits.
Take that! Just a dent. And that! More dents.
steroids at the time.
It's
They
Steroid
have
wrestlers.
Godzilla.
Oh, he does
Oh,
kind of got
dang.
Godzilla.
But we're not looking at it that way though. Because if that was the case, I would have rethought a whole bunch of stuff. Yeah.
I would have found
But
some
yeah.
Kraken line with some Kraken toy.
But there was a couple other ones I was thinking of. Like speaking of NECA, like Movie Maniacs.
I thought
'Cause
about
they
those
kinda-
two.
And then even McFarlane, but you already covered Spawn. But technically, I said NECA Movie Maniacs.
But you meant McFarlane
McFarlane
movie
Movie
maniacs.
Maniacs. But then
I
NECA
know.
Cult Classics was cool because they kind of took that same thing and did something new because they weren't doing a lot of horror figures and stuff back then. What else did I have? Secret Wars, Mattel, like early on because they weren't doing a lot of Marvel stuff. And then of course DC Superpowers like Kenner Superpowers. Like that's a big one.
Yeah, those were good.
There's a lot more too, but I mean that was kind of the ones that I just had in my mind.
Real quick, while we're talking about this, I was like, because you're talking about DC, and I was just thinking,
Mhm.
who did DC figures before?
Kenner.
McFarlane did it. Was it?
Kenner.
Mattel.
Oh, was it Mattel?
It was Mattel. All those toys. Because how long ago was that? I feel like it's always been McFarlane for like the longest time.
No, McFarlane barely got it like
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
5 or maybe 6 years ago now. Prior to that, it was Mattel.
It
They
was
were doing, They
Mattel.
were doing the same thing. They were doing the multiverse
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
Did Kenner ever have it?
Kenner had superpowers way back
Okay,
in the 80s.
that was the early
Yeah.
early stuff because they were only producing a couple lines.
Well, they did the superpowers, and then they did like all the they did not all of it. They did some of the '89 Batman stuff. They did another line called Super Heroes or something like that. That was similar to superpowers. They did them like in '89, like '90. So Kenner did, and they were doing all the Dark Knight stuff too,
Mhm.
like early '90s. So they were still doing stuff leading up to it. And then I don't know when Mattel got it.
Okay.
They had it for a while. They were putting out some good stuff because they did all the DC classics and all that, and then they got into like they kind of got cheap toward then. That's when they were doing their like multiverse stuff that came in those like red boxes, and people didn't really care for those.
But
And then-
DC Multiverse. So make sure in the comments, vote on these teams. My name's Daniel right here. This guy right here, vote for this guy. Jason over here, we got James. So I mean, it's pretty simple. There's our teams. I'm sure there'll be a list up, and just hit us up in the comment and let us know who you think has the best one.
Yeah, and we're not going to who would win in a fight.
But I like that idea.
Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Would you say it's the most valuable hours of play?
It could be.
Because I mean, a lot of the stuff you're gonna pick, you would essentially play with, right, or display or something.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we've all played with every single one of these.
No, not the skeleton warriors.
Okay.
Not until recently. Yeah, I remember them, but yeah, they're cool. And Mighty Max too.
Yeah, I never played with Mighty Max.
They're just so cool, though.
We're older than you.
You're
Daniel.
definitely a '90s baby.
Yeah.
Besides that, did you have anything else? Wait, we're doing an unboxing, right?
We definitely are every week.
Heck yeah, every week. Do you know we're unboxing? Have you seen it?
I've seen it, and I'm really excited to check it out because it's up
Me too.
your alley.
I know. I think it's super awesome.
Disney.
Yeah, I love it. Who was it by? Before we get into it, we'll just talk about who.
Reveltech.
Reveltech. And what else did they do?
They do the line of like superhero stuff. It's
For-
called Amazing Yamaguchi.
Yes.
Is a subline, but Revoltech is like the main maker of it, so it's an import figure. Unfortunately, I try to look. There's no Beauty and the Beast figures yet, so
They should do that.
We're gonna
Absolutely.
have to go with what we got right now, Daniel. So sorry to disappoint.
It's never a disappointment.
Yeah.
It's always excitement, anticipation.
All right, yeah, let's do an unboxing.
Let's do an unboxing. Sweet. All right, sweet. We're just going to go over this box real quick. I do love the detail in this thing. I mean, just look at that cool little artwork right there. Oh, come on. Look at those cute little poses. Other side of the box. You got on this side, you got a cute little pose of him. And then the back, I mean, just take a while. Look at all that articulation. Look at those separate little arms. You can take them out and you got the 2 arms, you know, and then it gives you over like a little bit of the information. But let's open this bad boy and see what we got. All right, out the box, this thing is incredible. You got his other separate little arms with, you know, you got the ball joint. You got the nice clean little elbow bend right there. And there's like a little locking mechanism when it clicks into place right there. He's got a separate head for like angry eyes. This looks incredible. Glasses with like little slips in where it gives like a nice little hold. Ice cream. He's got like happy hands and then he's got like little angry hands. And then you can just switch them. You can just put them on each different little arm. But look at the articulation in this mouth. Like this is incredible. Look at that. And then his little tongue in there moves. It's got separate articulation on his tongue as well. Look at him look up. That's incredible. Real quick, look at him look down. He's got this separate joints with 2 different ball joints in his neck and his head. So he can get like in a crawling stance, which is just insane for this little figure. And this is what I was talking about earlier when I was talking about like SH Figure Arts and like all these like other companies where they put a lot of time into the articulation. Like look at this. You can just pop his little head off. You can just clip in his other little head. Look at the ball joint. The separation right there. This is incredible. Just put it on there. Then you can just have angry eyes. He's just growling at you. The articulation in the ears. You can fold them all the way back. You can fold them all the way forward. He's even got a little body swivel, which is just incredible. I'm gonna give this thing like just, it's amazing. This this little figure is just incredible. I would definitely pick this up. I would definitely play with this. I'm not sure what he would scale good with, like other figure wise, because what would you say this figure is? What is this, like a 3-inch? How big is Jason here? 7-inch. And then what would you say he's like 3-inch? I mean, he looks good with 7-inch because he is like, you know, typically just like a little alien animal that comes to people's knee joints. This figure is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. We're going to take some really good still shots of it, and then we'll talk about it some more.
Yeah, we'd have to see what he scaled with the other Revoltech, I guess, figures. But Revoltech are roughly 6 inches. I thought he looked a little big and wouldn't scale with them, but I don't remember the cartoon if he was how big he was.
No, he was the size of Lilo, and I believe she was, what, like 8? Yeah, so, yeah, I figured, like, you know, these things are just incredible. Look at that mouth. Look at that. His teeth. I just can't get over this neck. Look at this.
Way too much articulation for like a basic character.
What does this go for?
That one, brand new, I think they're like 70 to 80.
70 to 80?
Yeah.
Man, this thing is incredible. Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for joining us. It was super awesome unboxing. Everything was super awesome in today's show. Make sure that you vote down on for the teams. We got Team
James.
Team Daniel, Team... Oh, that's his rap song. How do you say it? Jason. And then make sure that you like and subscribe, please, to the channel and hit that bell for those sweet notifications where we put another one of these awesome videos up. And make sure to come check us out next week. All right, everybody have a good one.